Just a few days ago, the Michigan Wolverines were blown out by Georgia in the college football playoff. Last night, the Wolverines learned that they could be on the verge of another loss. Jim Harbaugh is reported to have some interest in the NFL, returning to the NFL. Bruce Feldman, our friend from Fox Sports, The Athletic, I believe, as well, reporting that. The Raiders rumored to be the top destination. Harbaugh has NFL connections. He brought the Niners to 3 straight NFC title games, Super Bowl appearance. But we've heard the rumors before. It was 2 weeks ago where I wondered, 3 weeks ago, where I wondered, after some information, if Harbaugh didn't beat Ohio State, would he be interested in the Chicago Bears? Well, now you beat Ohio State. Is he interested in the Chicago Bears? Because he has to look around and see what James Franklin's getting at Penn State. Mel Tucker is getting in at Michigan State. Look what happened with LSU and USC with those jobs and what those coaches got. Harbaugh's had success in the NFL, but it's tricky with him with Michigan being his alma mater, recent success. Now, this could be just leveraging for a new contract because if you factor in what happened with Harbaugh, remember he took the pay cut. He went from, I think, $8 million to $4 million. There were bonuses thrown in there. And he got $8 million in 2020, and it was dropped to $4 million, but he got a $1 million bonus for winning the Big Ten. He also got bonuses for winning the Big Ten East Division and reaching the college football playoff. Have things changed that much with Jim Harbaugh and Michigan in the last year or so? Yeah, Seton.
I think it's crazy that when you think of Jim Harbaugh in Michigan, you're like, yeah, that Ohio State win. Instead of getting humiliated by Georgia, they got destroyed.
If this was Ohio State and Ohio State had beaten Michigan but blown out by Georgia, then Ohio State, this would be like, oh, my God, we got embarrassed by Georgia. Nobody's talking about Georgia dominating Michigan, like truly dominating Michigan in the Final Four. It was, hey, but we beat Ohio State. Well, if that's what your game plan is, your motivation is, you got to think bigger picture here.
Yeah, it's like such narrow thinking.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm Jim Harbaugh, hey, you got blown out by Georgia. Yeah, but we beat Ohio State. Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay, good season.
You kind of got to get over it a little bit. I'm all for rivalries, but
yeah.
There's more to life.
No, but Michigan has been, the fire hydrant, and the Buckeyes have been the dog and the big dog. That felt like their national title game. When they played Ohio State and it had that feel to it, and they played great, and it was a great game plan, but, do I think Jim would go back to the NFL? I think he's 58. The answer is yes, I do think he would. I don't see the Raiders as much as I see the Bears, a former Chicago Bear quarterback. He's well-liked. I could see that happening. And I did reach out to a source this morning who said, not far-fetched. Bruce Feldman's a good reporter, not far-fetched at all. But my source said I would see Chicago before I would the Raiders because I don't know how Jim would do with Mark Davis. Yes,
he still kind of feels like an NFL coach playing a college football coach.
Yeah, Paul.
I think I had the complete opposite opinion. To me, he feels like a pure college coach. Tough guy mentality, rah-rah mentality, saying those things. I heard a lot of people talk about Harbaugh yesterday, and there was 2 schools of thought. This is when you leave, you're hot again, and you may not be hot again. After the national title picture.
Yeah.
And then I heard a lot of people say the opposite. You finally got Michigan to a place where they're in the conversation nationally and can beat Ohio State. Now is when you stay. You've reset that program better.
My source this morning said they won't beat Ohio State again anytime soon. Now, I don't know if that's a gutsy call, but my source said Jim knows they can't out-recruit Ohio State. They can't. But they are set at the quarterback position. You're going to lose your 2 best defensive players, but you're not going to out-recruit Ohio State. Now, also keep this in mind. It feels like it's tougher now with the transfer portal in college football. Like, I got Justin Fields. He's not going anywhere if I go to the Bears. I got 4 more years with him. At Ohio State, I got, wide receivers are going to sit out the bowl game. Quarterbacks transfer all the time. It just feels like it's harder now in college football because you have to. It used to be you were locked in at least for 3 years with the kids you recruited. Because if you sat out, you wanted to transfer, you had to sit out a year. Not anymore. And I wonder about that. Because I always thought, I would stay in college. If I had a great college job, these great college towns, the atmosphere that's there, you're a control freak. They're all control freaks. You're able to, you can keep an eye on your program and not have as many headaches as you do in the NFL. It's not the case anymore. Transfer portal? Who's to say Caleb Williams doesn't go, I'm going to go to Georgia for a year, and then after that, I don't know where I'm going to go after that. Because it feels like, hey, it's free agency. I can go there for 1 year. They'll take care of me down there. I got a chance to play for a national championship. Maybe I go to USC after that and help out coach there. Take a victory tour. Oklahoma, you've seen the bands when they have the tour T-shirts that you get. It's like Oklahoma, Georgia, USC, Caleb Williams. But everybody's open for business now, and everything it's out in the open. So I could see that. But Jim Harbaugh to the NFL, until I hear Jim deny that, say that, then I would say a cautious possibility. Absolutely. Cautiously. Yeah, Paulie.
Do you want to play the Jim Harbaugh game?
Sure. I don't know what it is.
Too late now. We already started the music.
Okay.
We got to play.
All right.
The rule.
Okay.
A month from now, Jim Harbaugh is an NFL head coach, a guy with a big pay raise at Michigan. You can only pick one. An NFL head coach, thank you, or a guy with a big pay raise at Michigan. Dan?
I'm going to say a guy with a big pay raise at Michigan.
You're right. Oh, no, actually, you're not right yet. Anyone else?
Remember with Cliff Kingsbury with Oklahoma, and I went, he's not going to Oklahoma. He's not. And it was like, he might be going to Oklahoma. I go, no, he's not going to Oklahoma. Yes, he.
Do you think Harbaugh, should he go to the NFL? I mean, not necessarily will he, but should he?
That's a different game that you're playing there.
I'm in the middle of this game.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to
You got to
change
play
up.
this game.
Sorry. My apologies.
Thank you.
Okay. I forgot the question, Paulie. So, in a month from now, I think he's got a pay raise, and he's locked in at Michigan. Anybody going NFL?
I'll go NFL just to be contrarian.
Nice.
Okay.